We begin this video about the career of an AMAN officer with the words of a general who graduated from the Agulhas Negras Military Academy, referring to his life as a soldier. The army was, is, and will continue to be, until the last day of my life, the greatest joy of my life. I always thank God for allowing me to live the difficult and passionate life of a soldier for 46 fortunate years of my life. It was worth it. It was worth it. The great joy of my life. The difficult and passionate life of a soldier. General Ubiratan Ate de Marcondes. Watch the video where he talks about this and much more about the career of an AMAN officer. It's in the video, General Ubiratan on the front lines, at the link below. There he tells about his life journey, from when he dreamed of being a student at the EsPCEx and a cadet at AMAN to reaching the rank of general. It's worth watching. It's a life lesson. The Brazilian Army is an institution that carries an ethos characterized by principles and values, attitudes and behaviors, beliefs and opinions, habits and dispositions, which enable a unique worldview and its own identity. This ethos, by outlining essential attributes, defines a way of being and a modus operandi in the institution that can be identified and described, which we will do in this video series that we are now starting. The structure in the army that acts as the backbone of the institution is the career of the officer trained by the Agulhas Negras Military Academy. The head that directs its movements from the top is the group composed of general officers, at the top of which is the Army High Command, made up of Army generals, 4-star generals. All from this career, the career of the AMAN officer or academy officer. The training of the military personnel who are part of this career, which is the backbone of the institution, is carried out exclusively at the Agulhas Negras Military Academy, AMAN, located in the city of Resende, state of Rio de Janeiro, whose entry is through the Army Cadet Preparatory School, EsPCEx, located in Campinas, state of Sao Paulo. Upon entering this career, which begins with a 5-year training course in a boarding school regime, corresponding to undergraduate studies, the young person is, at the end of their training, declared an aspirant officer of one of the 5 branches of the Army: infantry, cavalry, artillery, engineering, and communications, the intendancy service, and the war material corps, being classified in one of the military organizations located in all parts of the national territory. This is the career of the combat officer, the officer who commands, plans, coordinates and executes the institution's main activity, the operational activity, the resolution of conflicts by the use of force if necessary. War, as a last resort. It is therefore the most prestigious career, the one that performs the main functions within the organizational structure of the army, the one that embodies the highest military values, the one whose mission is to preserve the intangible legacy of the institution, built since its patriarchs and patrons, the founding heroes of the Brazilian Army. It is the career that holds the credentials to represent the army in its purest form, and is imbued with the feeling of being the guardian of the identity and image of the institution. The career of the AMAN officer, or simply academy officer as it is called, follows a trajectory that goes from training as a student at the Army Cadet Preparatory School and a cadet at the Agulhas Negras Military Academy, to the last rank, Army General or 4-star General, a member of the Army High Command, going through all the ranks, from lieutenant to general, in a span of approximately 50 years. This career path is well defined and meticulously marked out in each of its phases, so that, upon reaching the rank of general, having overcome a continuous selection process that lasts an average of 40 years, starting at the academy, the soldier feels, and really is, prepared to represent and command the institution. Academy officers are in all ranks, from lieutenant to general, integrating all army military organizations spread throughout the national territory. These officers are the ones who perform the functions of command, direction and leadership, general staff, advisory, instructor, professor, and also those who fulfill the various missions abroad. It is the officers of this career who, as a rule, are promoted to general officer, being the only ones to reach the last rank, Army General, 4 stars, when they become part of the Army High Command, from among whom some will be selected for the positions of Minister of the Superior Military Court, and one will be chosen to be the Army Commander. It is not without reason that the Army pays special attention not only to the training, but also to the development of this career in each of its phases. This officer, in all cycles of their career, must serve in certain military organizations, take some mandatory courses and other important ones, experience essential experiences, perform strategic functions, and, throughout this entire trajectory, continuously demonstrate the acquisition of very specific skills and abilities that enable them to remain in the group of those who can become generals. But it is not enough just to do that. It matters a lot how it is done, as Charles Wright Mills teaches in his book, The Power Elite. In most of their careers, generals and admirals followed a more or less uniform and pre-organized pattern. Once the basic rules and nerve centers of this standardized career are known, we will have known as much as can be known by the detailed study of the statistics of many particular careers. We have come to the end of the first in a series of videos that will address the career of the combat officer in the Brazilian Army. The officer trained by the Agulhas Negras Military Academy, the general's career, called by Charles Wright Mills, the career of the military power elite. You can find all this information about the career of the AMAN officer and about the Brazilian Army and many others in the books Army and Family, Institutions of Stability, and The Charisma of the Commander on Instagram Everton Livros, at the links available below. In the next video, we will talk about family in the career of the AMAN officer. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave your like and share it with your friends. This helps us a lot to grow and bring more cool content to you. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take the opportunity to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any news. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time, God willing.